Oh my gosh. Can y'all see me? Are we good? I have to use my hotspot because this hotel Wi-Fi is absolute doo-doo. Michaela and Zach be pissing me off with all the cussing. Don't when you're in an argument or apologizing. Listen, I have so many thoughts. Okay, so many thoughts. Hello, everybody. Watch the episode. This episode was too much. Loving me. It was a lot. Okay. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, and we're reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 8. Episode 8. It literally says it right here. Come on, girl. Get it together. I'm going to start with a couple that I have the least notes on, even though I know y'all want to get to the nitty gritty. Let's go in order. All right. So, hi, Gospel. Hi, Wonu. Hi. Yes, that's everybody that I see in the comments. Okay. Brett and Ryan, literally, I have two sentences for them. So, this will probably be done in a minute. So, their disposition is an issue. You know, she's high anxiety and he's more even keeled. I think that this is one of those things where it's a crux in each of them, and it's going to be a determining factor whether or not they can make it work. And right now, it's looking like a no. It's looking like it's not going to happen. Um, I don't know anybody who is with someone whose disposition is so polar opposite to theirs. You know, it's one thing to be like a little jittery about stuff, but like, okay, but she literally is high anxiety, and it's a lot. And his even keeledness is so much so to the point where he's very passive. My next sentence of them is like Ryan doesn't inquire about Brett. He doesn't. He never has anything to ask. He never has any more commentary that's, you know, unique on their relationship. He's just like, yeah, I'm just learning a lot. What are, what are you learning? We we would like to know, you know? So yeah, are they gonna make it? It's not looking like it to me. It's really not looking like it to me. What you say? They have too many differences to work, and he has no personality. Sheesh. Yeah, I feel like the experts and producers do this on purpose. They choose these huge differences to match people on. At this point, it's disgusting. And I feel like it would be one thing if she had expressed, you know, I am someone who has high anxiety and I would like somebody to mellow me out a bit. And if he said, you know, I would like a little bit more unpredictability in my life. However, they both did not request those things. So don't match them. Don't. No, he doesn't. He ain't into her. I truly, truly, truly believe he does not like that woman. Not at the level that he wants to or she wants him to. I think he's fond of her. I think they have a bond through, you know, interacting with each other now. But in terms of does he want to jump her bones? He might want to impregnate her because he seems very keen on reproducing, but that's all I can see, man. That's all I can see. He seems so much more lively with the guys. Yep. Yep. If I was on the show, I would have a packet of 1001 questions for them to fill out on the first week. Yeah, like what is your favorite color? Something, you know? What upsets me about the US version is they don't have the same format as I think it's the UK or the Australian, I don't quite remember, of a recommitment ceremony where all the couples come together, talk about what they've been going through, and actually talk about their issues in front of the experts and other couples. Now the experts actually sit there and talk you through everything, and you're seeing things from a different perspective from the experts and also from the input of other couples, but also you're having this revelation moment of are we going to stick together or are we going to part ways, you know? And like I think that that's a good process that they have because somebody might say I'm out and somebody else might say I'm in, but as soon as long as somebody says they're in, you're in. You can't go until you both decide to leave. And I think that that choice is sobering to some couples and it allows you to be like, okay, reset. That week was trash. What can we do to start over? and I feel like some interjection from other couples seeing them, you know, actually be together and just have a section that is focused just on them would be helpful. Instead of now we're in a group and we're talking about everybody, no, they need a segment. I'm just gonna move on from these because it's pissing me off. Okay, he just wants booty shame. Um, exactly. They aren't even matching physical base. Yeah, at least if they're matched personality, then give them something they want to look at. Exactly. Yeah, Married at First Sight Australia, they have the forum mat down. I think they should have some counseling for them prior to being matched. That's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna say the way that they do the unmatchables thing, though I feel like it's gimmicky, it has its value. And if you're going to choose these people, put them in some kind of marriage boot camp. In the same way that in the real world, we have premarital counseling. Do that. Do some form of that for this show because you can tell so many people are coming to this prematurely and with so many misconceptions that it's a detriment to their relationship when literally a small little 1 month boot camp could have helped mitigate some of the problems that happen here. But whatever, I'm not an expert, so we're moving on. I think if Ryan was more attracted to her, he would try more. I agree. I feel like people be choosing in to torture the other party sometimes. So I feel like people be choosing in. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're saying. Yes, I love Unmatchables. It was goofy, but a lot better. People walked away with insight. Exactly. So we're moving on to Rachel and Jose. Jose's too damn picky. You're telling me down to picking plants it has to be your way or the highway. Come on, Jose. Come on. Rachel lets him get away with it too much. She really does. And it's annoying me. He sees himself as a man with a plan. But the problem with being a man with a plan, you think your plan is the only plan that works. No. And I need Rachel to speak up. I need Rachel to stop letting him. Is this better? Yes, we're good. Okay. We're going to try the hotel Wi Fi. It didn't work for the last live, but maybe it'll work for this. So who knows? If it starts buffering again, just let me know. Okay. So yeah, when they were having the housewarming, they were raving about um how they're on the same page about everything and how they haven't had an argument, but under the surface, she's not happy. She's not happy. You can see it in her face. She's not happy. And it's so irritating to see her perpetuate the pattern that she knows she gets into with a person just for the sake of making good. Oh, let's just, like no, girl, stand up for yourself. Don't let this man who has some kind of masculinity complex bulldoze you. I can't. Rachel looks terrified. That's what I'm saying. She looks scared. Oh, so frustrating. Um She says he's dismissive to her desires, but she lets him. She's priming this behavior, and yeah, it's very irritating. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try my hotspot again. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose it. This is so annoying. This is so irritating. Ah, y'all let me know if we're good. I can't. I can't. What were we even talking about? I don't even know at this point. She was mad, thinking to herself, man, it didn't even let me get some damn kale. Not no kale, not no time, not no nothing. Some women dismiss bad behavior to save face. But and they do. I'm agreeing with you. But at what cost? Like, okay, things seem good on the surface. You present well as a unit, but if you're unsatisfied in the marriage, is it worth saving face? What's the point? So, like, she's got to get to a point where standing up for herself is worth more than being in a relationship that seems good. Because at the end of the day, remember um before she was even matched, she had said if this doesn't work out, she's scared of going back into the state that she was with her ex. Well, you're repeating the same patterns. That's gonna happen. You got to change your behavior, babe. I'm glad his stepmother was building her confidence a bit, not to lose her control in the relationship 100%. Being miserable and resentful for what? Hey, Fedora, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Is not the word I'm looking for. It's not beneficial for anybody because here is your partner thinking, "Oh, we work so well together." Meanwhile, you're lying to him and yourself, and here you are being dissatisfied in a union that has the potential to work. But yeah, he was just doing too much. He's unwilling to bend and he's dismissive of her desire to travel. And it's more than just the desire to travel. I think that that's the big thing that they harp on, of course, as production. But I think there's more that we don't see. And slowly things are building, 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 and it's going to come to a head for sure. He needs to talk to Bao about the spreadsheet. Let that whiteboard go, child. Have you not heard of like Excel, Google Docs, Google Sheets? Come on. There's a way to do it electronically. He thinks he knows better, and that's the controlling part. He's treating her like a child, and it's embarrassing. Do you want to be married to a child, sir? I would hope not. Down the road, if she doesn't nip it in the bud right now, yeah, it's going to be a problem for sure. Is he an only child? Good question. If somebody can research that, that would be good to know. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Johnny and Bao. They reconciled, but I missed it. I was going to get my food. So I need somebody to explain what happened with that while I talk about the rest of this. Okay. So Bao thinks Johnny doesn't take things seriously. Johnny also thinks Bao doesn't take things seriously, and I'm confused. Are we not talking to each other about like expectation in the relationship, expectation and how you show up romantically and stuff, and understanding what intentionality looks like from both parties? Because if I think you're not serious and you think I'm not serious, there's a disconnect in what we define as seriousness in relationship, especially when it's like somebody tries and then someone's not into it and then it flips on the other side. It's like, do you guys really talk about each other? I know they know about like their stance on children, their stance on family, their stance on finances, their stance on whatever. But in terms of the connection between Johnny and Bao and how they want to show up for each other, I don't think that they talk about that. Because if they did, I think there would be a more of an understanding of what like their intentions for each other. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Like if I am having conversations with you and I'm saying this is how I show my love, this is how I present in relationships when I'm actually really into somebody and when I'm trying, if I'm presenting those things, you know that I'm being intentional, you know that I'm being serious. But they both see each other as not being serious. So I feel like there's a conversation that needs to be had that they're not having. Right. They both say the other is a bad communicator and that they are a good communicator. I'm confused. I appreciate the honesty of him admitting he was in over his head. Yeah, I do. And I did want to say he's one of the first people to admit, yo, maybe I was hasty in getting married. I do want a partner, but maybe I wasn't prepared for all that marriage had to offer, all that marriage entailed. Let me say that. So I appreciated it, but then I was like, here's another man coming to waste our time. Don't waste my time. Johnny had me irritated because I need him to put away this checklist and try to focus on what's in front of him. That's what I'm saying. They don't talk to each other about each other and how to show up for one another. I've got some concern how Johnny had a breakdown and he and Jose hugging each other for real, for real. You know what? I'm not gonna entertain that. Okay. I feel like Johnny and Bao talk in circles. with each other and aren't being 100% honest with themselves or each other. I agree. Um, yeah, so apparently Bao's not his type, personality wise, at least. And I'm thinking to myself, Johnny, you're probably not her type either, but she's trying to make it work. Okay. I feel like Johnny, like somebody mentioned the checklist, Johnny wants things to be so perfect that he's missing the things that actually work and is so quick on pointing out the negatives. You're always going to find a negative, even with somebody you're head over heels in love with and who you've known for years and years and years. If you want to find negatives, they'll be there and they will shout in your face if you really want to pay them attention. But there's so much more good that he's missing because his superficial stuff is not presenting itself. Okay, find something else about Bao that makes you attracted. Like the fact that he could not answer the question right away, are you attracted to Bao? Well, what? Sir, that's a problem. That's a problem. That is a problem. Johnny admits to not being ready for marriage. Yeah, I said that already. Yeah, so can somebody explain to me the reconciliation part because I missed that. I like them as a match. I think they can be really good together if he just calmed down and breathe. And I didn't expect that. I really thought Bao would be the one to make this relationship implode, and I'm really shocked that it's actually Johnny. Um, I don't know if Johnny has been sold a dream about marriage, which is weird because he comes from a broken home, so it's not as if like he had this fairy tale in front of him that he was chasing. So I wonder where his perceptions of relationships come from because it seems like he's working towards something that might be unattainable. You know, like work with what you have and see what works between the two of you. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But don't chase something that isn't available for you, you know? Um, many are mated, but few, I mean, few are matched. That's a word, okay? That and Johnny were matched because they're both Vietnamese. You can't change my mind. I'm with you. I feel like this was the affirmative action season. You know, there's a lot of color this season, and it was based off of that. They wanted to keep us with the new diversity and make. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Bao needs to pay. Well, yes. Everybody everybody thought it was gonna be the demise of the marriage. I think you mean Bao? Yeah, 100%. I'm shocked too. Bao has her quirks, but Johnny needs help. The running and expecting perfection is unacceptable. Yeah. Well, they totally messed that up. Not sure what you're referring to. You guys, somebody explain to me the reconciliation part because at the end of the episode they were in the bed kissing and it seemed like they worked it out. Like I want to know what happened. I missed it. There was a part, I guess, did they have the housewarming thing? I didn't see that. I didn't see him explain to her the whole like cold feet thing. I'm also not getting a response in the comments, so it seems like you guys missed it too. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. All right, y'all don't know. So we're moving on to Zach and Michaela. Michaela's pissing me off. But let me take my time, okay? When I hear about this friggin' doggy daycare story again, it's it's very telling that they're both not ready. They're both not ready. I can't put it on one specific party because they both have issues. I think the distance from them, oh, they were just saying how they appreciate each other being there in the housewarming because Johnny helped her and because Brad was overwhelmed. Oh, that was it? Ugh, I thought it was going to be something substantial. Anyways, so them not spending the honeymoon together was really detrimental because I felt like that was a time that you learn a lot about the person in a utopian kind of setting, you know? He was told she doesn't like to be woken up, and she was very adamant about that. And I think that if they would have spent the honeymoon together, he would have learned quickly what are the things that wake her up. A text might wake somebody up, like a light sleeper like me. However, Michaela might not be woken up by that. And that's all she wanted. She wanted some confirmation of what he would be doing and where he would be at. And that's what started the spiral. You know what I mean? But then again, the lack of a text, the lack of knowing where somebody is, did not warrant that kind of a reaction, you know? So they're talking about it the next day. And, well, he's talking about it with his friend. And I honestly think, yeah, it kind of makes it seem like Michaela is kind of unhinged. But I think for him too, the fact that he cannot see how, I don't want to say disrespectful, but let's use that for lack of a better term, it is to not inform your partner where you're going to be or what's going on, and then to not be answering phone calls or texts. You're telling me in all that time you didn't have your phone. You weren't near your device. I don't know. Really, I think they had spent time. I think if they had spent time together in the honeymoon, we would have got the same situation. As possible, it's possible. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying that that wouldn't have happened, but I'm saying there's little behaviors that you would have learned that they didn't get the chance to learn. And so they went from this high of the wedding and consummating the marriage to quarantine apart from each other to cohabitating. And there was that little like honeymoon bliss that could have helped in learning each other that they didn't get to experience. He did say on Unfiltered that he had replied to her text in the morning when he was out. Well, shame. Yikes. Still need to see the selection process for these dang participants because it's giving we just chose anybody and matched them up. I could have been on this season too. And I would have added some great storylines because I'm currently homeless. Actually, no, I'm not homeless anymore, guys. I got to prove, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, yeah, it seemed like they were just kind of putting anybody and anybody together. So he says he has a history of being with women who lash out and are confrontational. And I thought to myself, maybe he's too passive. Maybe I don't want to fully put the blame on the women because it can't be everybody else's problem and you have no part in it. So I'm thinking to myself, for sure, his women tend to be a little bit more confrontational than he is. But maybe he's too passive. And, where there's an issue, he really doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to whatever. And it makes you get to a point where you're burning with wanting to solve something that you almost act out of character in order to get a reaction from him because he doesn't give you a reaction otherwise. Does that make sense? I don't know. Her laugh is always cringe to me, but I always end up chuckling. I'm dead. Yeah, I found a home, y'all. Yeah. Okay, my data is saying I've used 90%, which is probably true. So, I'm gonna go back on the Wi-Fi. Just hold on. It's gonna be trash, but we gotta do what we gotta do. He is passive and weak. Mercy, which isn't bad per se, but with Michaela, it's not a good match. Yeah. I didn't mean weak in a bad way. I'm dead. He seems very passive and resistant to trying to resolve issues right away. I don't know. He seems able to express his feelings and tell her he's not feeling it pretty openly. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, very nonchalant, you know? And that could be very irritating. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Not weak, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I know what you're saying. Perhaps he's not confrontational. I hope you guys can hear me because I see the thing blinking red and I know the connection is absolutely trash. Um, but it's what I gotta do. He did say, hold on. He brings up not knowing how to go forward, and she kind of blew up at him. because he said that they handle conflict differently and that he just needs time to process it. And to Michaela, she feels like if I'm if I apologize, like that should solve everything. Okay, y'all see me, cool. But the thing is, with an apology comes changed behavior, and that needs to be observed. So I feel like he's right to kind of say, I need time to process. I need to see what's going on. So her kind of overreacting from him saying that, I was like, girl, you can apologize, but that's just words. It takes actions to know that yes, indeed, the apology is now like set in stone. We're moving on as better people together. But she's like, "Ugh, I already said I'm sorry. Okay, and okay, and that don't mean nothing. Michaela was out of pocket. She's just, bruh. I'm nonchalant but confrontational at the same time. I don't know. Is that a thing? I'm very chill and calm. I'm the same. Like, I don't need to blow up in situations in order for you to get my side of things, but I'm also, if it doesn't deserve a reaction, I'm not gonna give it one. And if I do need to give it one, it's not gonna be one where you feel like you need to hide from me or anything. I'm gonna articulate myself in a way where you understand that I'm displeased, and you also understand that going forward we need to change whatever it has been. You know what I mean? I want to know his apology language because that is a thing. It is. If I was on the show, I'd be calling the experts for everything. Y'all match me with this person, help us. As they should. I need to see more of them. A sincere apology should be followed with change behavior 100%. He knows that he's headed for trouble. She's not going to change. She's going to go off the handle. I also found it interesting. Tell me if you guys saw this. Her friends don't know her. Her friends don't know her because her friends were like, "Oh, this is completely out of character. She's only acting like this because, it's so new, it's so fresh. She's just trying to figure it out." Her family on the wedding day said different. Who is Hurricane K? If this behavior is out of the ordinary, why does the family know about Hurricane K? And why are they certain that it's going to come out? Her friends don't know her. Her friends don't know her. Michaela wanting him to kind of just get over things speaks to her personality. Yeah, very quick to react, whether happy or displeased, 100%. Listen, that redhead was lying. She's either lying or oblivious. Okay? I concur. Use the show's resources. It's free, 100%. I'd be dialing Pastor Carol and Dr. Pepper with a quickness. I'd probably only call Dr. Pepper, but maybe they're trying to save face. That doesn't help. Listen, as a people, we need to learn that saving face helps no one. It helps nobody. There's no point, especially in an intimate relationship like a marriage. Saving face helps no one. Lies, lies, and more lies. Family was ready to get. Listen, the family said, "You're married? Oh, not a problem anymore. Bye bye." I also see where he is coming from. It's like, dang, you acted like this, and when I get drunk at a corporate Christmas party and kiss the secretary. That is oddly specific. That is so oddly specific. But yeah, if something as little as being out for a little longer than you thought, and this is in the morning, it's not even at nighttime, and this is the reaction, you want to pack up your bags and say it's over? I need the show to get us to the Hurricane K section because I give me the drama. I'm the be stuff. Like please, please. Also, I do have to harp again on the fact that she lied about how she handles conflict. She lied. She said she doesn't run. But not only has she ran physically, she also runs in a communicative sense. Instead of like really sitting there and discussing, okay, this is our pitfall. How do we work through this? How do we not come here again? I already said I'm sorry. That's running. You're running from the issue. You don't want to discuss it. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to face the fact that you were wrong. You're able to admit that you were wrong, but to now have a conversation about restitution and how we can be better, you want to run from that. So you lied. You lied. That's so true, Queen. They were scared answers. Who is she? Yeah, 100%. I could just imagine that scenario. LOL. It's like she doesn't see why he's mad. She doesn't. She doesn't see why he's mad. Makes me think. Do you think if Zach was the one who acted like Michaela, or and vice versa, we would have different opinions, hypothetically speaking? Um, we would. That's my first answer. We would, because if he was to slam that freaking container of Clorox like that, we would say he's abusive. Run. I don't text you in the morning and you want to be smashing things, he's abusive. Run. But now with Michaela, oh, it's just her temperament. Huh? Like the TikTok goes? Huh? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She lied. Communication is key. She lied. Her sisters may have not chastised her or shown that they were mad at her after these outbursts. Why is she oblivious? Yeah. Not that we're babying Zach or being too harsh on Kay, but I just wonder. I don't think we're babying him. I don't think we're babying him. At the end of the day, I just feel like they're both not ready. They're both not being ready to marriage. It's these two. So Johnny, go ahead and talk to them about what your concerns were, and maybe they will see that they align, and they'll all have a revelation that they were not married. Who was ready for marriage? To be honest, I still stand by the fact that Brett might have been the most ready for a union. It's just her personal disposition does not work with the partner that she has, if that makes sense. All right, last but not least, Mirla and Gail. I'm getting tired of Gail shaming Mirla. We get it. She makes more money than you. Is it an insecurity? I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. Get over it. Like I'm so it comes up in every conversation. It came up with your mama. Your mama? It came up with your mama who's not even in the country? Man, ooh, right. I don't say that word in reviews. Like, sir, chill out. It comes out talking to his friends. It comes out talking to the experts. It comes out everywhere. Well, you guys are still talking about yeah, she's kind of up there. Um, I do believe that there needs to be compromise on Mirla's end, but the fact of the matter is that she makes more money. Okay, and when you get used to that kind of lifestyle, I'm not gonna regress to make you comfortable. That's that's not gonna be the case. You know what I mean? Um, Also, why show this whole scene, you guys, the whole scene of them writing numbers in a damn notebook? We don't get to see the numbers. So why are we here? Why are we watching this? We don't get to see none of the numbers. Why? Why are we here? We don't want to be here. Gil is a chatty Cathy, 100%. Gil worked on my last nerve. I agree with you. I'm liking Marilla more and more. I'm starting to like Marilla more and more too. And I feel like her bouginess, like, if it was something that she was oblivious to, it'd kind of be like, okay, girl. But she's like, yes, I'm bougie and yes, I make money and I plan on spending it. So then I'm kind of like, you know what? If you got it, flaunt it. But I know you want it. Like, she got it. So, she did say that his home was a deal breaker. She does not want to live in his home as a married couple. But also, y'all don't have money for a home. So if y'all gonna stay together, what you gonna do? Your apartment is too small. You don't like his apartment. You don't have the money for a house. What are we gonna do, babes? What are we gonna do? Somebody needs to clip them lashes off. Yeah, they're kind of a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Gil won't shut up and literally won't shut his mouth. No, for real. She make more, but she has the savings. She only has that 2x4 designer closet. Yeah. How dare he try to teach her or whatever that called himself doing and then make excuses about savings. Yeah. The only couple That's the only couple they did it to. Let's see the receipts. Yeah, man. Let's see the money. I want to see the dollar amounts down to the last one. So let's go to the kissing subject again. I'm gonna take a survey with y'all. If you were cohabitating with somebody in a romantic sense for 8 weeks and you've both admitted to being attracted to each other, however, there's no physical intimacy, would you get a divorce? Or would you separate? Whatever. Because I kid you not, Mirla is on one if she really thinks anybody would stay with her after that much time in close proximity and there's no physical intimacy whatsoever. She's crazy. She's crazy. Like, what? There's no way. My thing is, did they put them together just because they're both Latinx? Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I watched too much freaking Kevin Stage. Latin X. Um, I don't see why they were paired. I don't see it either. I don't see it either. I really don't. Too many fundamental differences, 100%. Um, Dang, I'm like frozen, frozen. Sheesh. Dang, y'all. This hotel, I can't. Why did they even give you Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi don't be working? But whatever. She did tell his mom that she was into him. So I was like, okay, that's something. But I'm gonna need her to try. See, in the Australian version, they would have already brought in some kind of intimacy workshop, you know, to build their intimacy together. The experts would have been called this out, but they're not talking about it. She's seen the numbers and they were little to none. She wanted a man to buy her dream house so she can keep spending. She can hold out for years. Well, then don't sign up for a show on Lifetime. The baller you want is not coming to Lifetime. You should have signed up for Millionaire Matchmaker. This isn't your show, babes. This isn't your show. Mirla is here for the check. You can't change my mind. I like her, but she has checked out. She doesn't like Gail. Whew, yeah. I think she lying. Her friend was lying. She be kissing people. 8 weeks, girl, you lying, but maybe not. But I think she is. I think she is too. Because her friend had said in 18 years of friendship, he hasn't seen her be intimate with anybody. And I'm like, of course, like not like tonguing each other down, but nothing. And I know PDA isn't for everybody, but nothing, nothing. Either you're lying or Marla needs help. No, let me not say that because some people express affection differently. Marla needs to find somebody who matches her physical desires. Maybe she's extremely low desire and he's a higher desire than her, and it's just too much disparity between the two to make it work. And that's okay. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Just call it a day and keep it pushing. Yeah, he got them offshore savings, child. I was like, oh, okay. Gil's a nice guy and chill, but I can't see where Mirla gets irritated. But should we vent on a sugar baby? Oh, should have went on a sugar baby website and then waited for him to die. That's kind of why. Um, what's that couple from last season? The black girl and the Hispanic guy. I forget their names. Brianna and Vincent. There we go. That's kind of why they irritated. Say anything that Vincent wouldn't be, offended by. And it's like, dang, you want to have that kind of, relationship where you can joke with your partner, poke fun at them, and they take it and they throw some jabs back, and I think that some of the stuff that he chooses to poke jabs at is actually an insecurity and he's projecting. Sorry, that's what I feel. But for the most part, um, I like their banter and their connection, and that they could also showcase that in front of their friends and in front of his mom. I was like, okay, this is good. People keep comparing Mirla to Karen from season New Orleans, and I don't see it because Karen wanted to like Miles. She just had a hard time trusting him and letting loose. Mirla don't like that man. Whew, yeah. I pick up that Gail might be a low key freak. That's just my opinion. Maybe he is, but he's just asking for a kiss, man. Y'all was having first kisses at like 5. Okay. Damn, I might be like Mirla. Mine was at 21. Well, some people are slow, like me and Mirla, but she doing a lot. She doing a lot. What else do I have? At the housewarming, I was even more confused why they haven't been intimate. The way that they are with each other seems the most easygoing to me. When I see the two of them interact, they do seem like a married couple. And it's not that old married couple of, oh, I'm so sick of you, even though they do have moments of like being irritated with each other. But it was just that comfortability of, you can say whatever you want to this person and they won't be upset and they won't like think that there's an ulterior motive behind what you're saying, and like they just vibe, like they just, you know. And I feel like, yeah, we're moving to Houston and having a small yard fire when Gil arrives to put it out. Listen, you can have him to yourself, boo. Yeah. I'll come to you with Houston and you can have him. Oof, Chile. Johnny is a low key freak. Sheesh. LOL, she's not raising babies in an apartment. She's not even kissing him. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. As long as they're not talking about finances, I like them. As long as they're not talking about money, they're my favorite. One thing I didn't like about the housewarming was that um they were kind of talking about Mirla like she wasn't there. And it was so weird to me. Like the friends would be like, "Oh, but she da 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 da," and he would say, "But she whatever," and I'm like, "Ask the she. The she is right here. Ask the she. Why are you guys talking like Mirla is not in the room?" It was so weird to me. I still haven't kissed anyone at 20 as well. Make it special. I held on this long. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Um, yeah, that's all I got. What y'all want to talk about? I'm at the point of none of them are gonna make it. And it's not even that I'm being pessimistic. I just genuinely don't see it. I just don't see it. Malik has plenty of frogs. Um, Now she has a prince and nothing. Hey, but that's the thing. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. She might see him as an attractive human being, but not have that attraction for him. Because I think that's what they're not asking. Do you have the desire to even want to jump his bones? And I don't think she does. But I think she can acknowledge that he's a good looking man. Even I can acknowledge that he's a good looking man, but it ends there. The previews. What happened in the previews? Child, I forget what happened in the previews. The show be so long. I'm on my phone and I'm like missing half the episode. Bao said F no with a quickness. F no to what? It seemed like they got intimate though. I remember the thing's friend. Brett's friend. That's true. I don't know what to expect from this season. I know they better do better the next seasons. Child, they're not gonna do better. They're not gonna do better. I missed you. I missed you too. Listen, now that I have a house, I'm going to have things situated. I'm actually going to have a space where I can produce content without ever being disturbed by other people. So I will be more consistent content. Don't worry. This big hiatus will not happen again. I promise. Do I promise? I don't know. I don't think she's attracted to him. I see friend vibes between Mirla and Gail. I think I see a bond, but some bonds can be broken. That's the thing. I see a bond between the two of them. I definitely think that there is a friendship there. It starts off as a friendship, but it's more than that. But I don't see it as anything where it's like lifelong partners. I could be wrong. We've said this before about other people who are still married, right? However, that desire for him is it just doesn't come out. Maybe on camera it doesn't show because when you see her and Pastor Cal, when you see her and Gil in front of Pastor Cal, they have no problem being um like physically connected. But I don't really see that draw for him. Whereas Jose and Rachel, though I feel like their relationship is a farce, um, at least you can see that they kind of want to take each other down. Take it down. Like, at least they want that. A house. Oh no, it's not a no, it's not a full house, but it is my own apartment. Yes. I don't know. Johnny and Bob were arguing at the dinner table, and Bob said, "F no." Mm, that is true. Oh, Bob could. I didn't know Bob could cuss like that. These Houston people are be cussing. Listen, Houston don't play. Houston don't play. All right, potty mouth. Whew. I'm here for it. I'm not gonna lie. I like the rawness. I like the honesty. It doesn't have to be as raw as Michaela is about to be, but I'm with it. Let's stop with these frou-frou relationships. The reality is, and that's why I keep saying like saving face doesn't help anybody. The reality is, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to know this person for who they truly are, regardless of how they want to present themselves. So why not be honest from day dot? What's the point of pretending? Because now, if you pretend, I'm used to, your caricature and not you. And then years down the line, I'm like, wow, they changed. And in reality, this is you being you. You know, there's no point in that. I think to her, it's just flirting. I don't know. Honestly, LMAO, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on either. I have no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on. The production or the showrunners, whoever in Australia, need to come and do a boot camp over here because I feel like there are some elements that they could include that would really help the US version. What I like about the US version is that they do just focus on the couples that they have selected. They don't like just introduce new couples, and it's like freaking so many people um, at the end of it, like the Australian version. However, the intervention of the experts, the um, recommitment ceremonies, the US could use that. What did Rachel do at the girls' night? What did she do? And it's like it's something that she was anticipating would happen. What did she do? I want to know. Whew. Anyways, guys, there's so many more shows that I have to catch up on. I have to go watch Big Brother. I have to go watch the challenge. Don't even get me started on the challenge. Oh my gosh, I can't even put up videos for that. I can't. Man, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let this Wi-Fi chill out because somebody out there in the universe is an enemy of my progress. But yeah, let me know if you are watching this later what you thought about each couple. Sound off in the comments. I do read as much as I can. But yeah, let me read these last comments. I don't know why Johnny wants Bao to be sexy. He ain't giving sexy. You can't get what you ain't given. Hmm. But also, we haven't seen them going into their actual homes and whatever, or getting a new place and then having to pay for two leases. So they're trying to integrate some concepts, but I think to make it identical to the Australian version, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. All right, y'all. Have a good night. For those who oh, I didn't put a ring on it either. Oh, sheesh, man. I'm so behind. I'm so behind. I'll catch up when I catch up. Okay, just hang in there, y'all.